Got it. Good morning, everyone. Today feels like a holiday day. It's the 3rd of July. A lot of people are off this week. Beautiful morning. About 66. Rode my bike. People's lawns are all mowed. Their cousins and neighbors or uncles are here and parked. Saw license plates from about 12 different states while I was riding my bike around the neighborhood this morning. People are in visiting, including Ontario. So it's going to be a good holiday weekend here in Michigan, so thank you. Anyway, we have a fairly busy morning. We have about a dozen arraignments and about just as many pre-trials. They'd ask us to set all their pre-trials on Thursday, so we've been doing that. So I think Judge Welty and the others, Judge Welty, Judge Pattison, having a good week off. We'll be back on Monday. So we'll let this run for a little bit. Everybody all over the place. This is the best time of year in Michigan. People ask me here online and otherwise what I thought of the Sean Combs verdict. Once again, I don't know enough about it. All I know is what I saw in the media. I didn't hear the evidence. Being a juror is a hard job. And getting 12 people to agree on something beyond a reasonable doubt is a lot harder than it looks. So thank you to the jurors who served in that case, took weeks out of their lives to hear that evidence. I don't know if I have jail arraignments today or not. Magistrate is here. Judge Stutzman's going to stick around today. Thank you to him because I will be gone this afternoon. We try to keep one judge in the building. And landlord-tenant cases. So I'm taking 10 days from the 17th to the 31st of July. And I'll be back in August. Judicial conference is the week of August 18th. Sunny in Huntsville, I would guess it would be. I was on federal jury duty within the last 2 years. I got summoned. I sent my questionnaire back and told them I was a judge, and they sent me a letter and told me I was excused. Morning to Kalamazoo in Nottingham. Some people from Nottingham sent me some nice cards in the past with some pictures of their surrounding area. Good morning, Cincinnati. As I mentioned, we had some visitors from Lima, Ohio, here earlier in the week. Also from Boston. Also from, I'm not sure where that guy was from, Indiana somewhere, I think. Awfully nice day to squander sitting in a courtroom, but they came to visit. Good morning, London. What brand bike do I ride? Well, I have several. I have a 1966 Schwinn 3-speed stick shift Stingray. Hangs upside down in my garage. Needs some considerable repair. I have a Schwinn Continental from about 1980 that I ride sometimes. And mostly I ride what's called a Schwinn Mesa Runner. Just a CrossFit kind of bike that a friend gave to me. Also have a Schwinn racing bike that I bought off the side of the road for $50 and had it repaired. And occasionally I ride that. So I'm old school. My kids have got nice modern bikes. Mine are all Schwinn when it was still Schwinn, as opposed to something. My wife has a nice lavender bike with a basket that I bought for her. Good morning from Montreal. My friend was just there with her daughter on a girls' trip. And they had a very nice time. Well, I'm waiting for somebody to show up. It is 8:15. It's starting time. I'll let this run. And we'll wait for some customers. I don't know if any has ever ridden a bicycle built for two. They have tandems you can rent at Mackinac Island. And the neighbor has an old 60s style Schwinn tandem. They're no fun. They're real hard to ride. Somebody ends up doing more work than others. And I'll just stick to my own bike. Good morning, Australia, which is close to Ohio. The chief public defender, who's generally here at these arraignments, doesn't actually represent the defendants. He's here to make sure that we're following the protocols and that the rights of the defendants are protected. He can give them some preliminary advice, but he's also in charge of the liaison between the county and the public defender, Michigan Indigent Defense Commission, which funds the public defenders. So he writes the grants, he does the reporting back to the Indigent Defense Committee. He supervises the attorneys that are actually on the contract. He has a lot of duties that don't appear in the courtroom. We haven't had one. When I was chief judge, I wrote the first indigent defense plan. I didn't know what I was doing, but I sort of stumbled my way through it and started our indigent defense program that was required by the state. Then several years later, we hired somebody, Mr. Stickley, to be the public defender, to actually write the grants, do the reporting, supervise the lawyers. That should be done by an independent entity rather than by the courts. All right, I don't know who's here, but I don't have any defendants and I don't have any defenders. We're not crunched for time. Good morning. We're on the live stream.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was doing.
All right, thanks.
So,
You
yeah,
probably won't be here.
no problem, but just I alerted Jeremy.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll probably be.
I'll put a check on it.
Sorry about that. I thought.
All right. I'm a decedent. Probably.
Go ahead and come on to the board, guys. Second, or sit on the line.
Here comes Mr. Stickley.
Got a bunch of.
All right, good morning. He's ready to go. So let's get started here. Thank you all for saying good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I haven't seen you in some time.
With all that hair on
I don't have a good answer for that.
I know.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are on the live feed, so there are people around the country and the world watching us here this morning. Good morning. You're here for an arraignment. And the arraignment is the process where the judge tells you what you're charged with and asks you how you wish to plead to the charge. We've got several people who haven't shown up. But we're going to get right to it. This gentleman here is Mr. Keith Stickley. He's the chief public defender for the county, and he helps us with the arraignments. I'm going to start with the guy that's got to leave town. If I can find it. There it is. Jorge William Pages. Would you come forward, please?
Your Honor, just so you're aware, Mr. Pages, he did drive today, but he does have his driver's license situations squared away. He is of the world famous Pages Circus Crew.
Oh, okay. Fly back pages. Younger than that now. Good morning, sir. You're headed for Mayaca City, Florida,
Eventually, yes.
and they moved this up because you wanted to get on your way. You're charged at this time with driving without a valid license ever acquired, which is 257-904A. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. I think the way that one is charged. Mr. Stickley, we've got a couple no insurances. Perhaps if I have this gentleman have a seat, you could tell the prosecutor's got a license and see whether they would amend the charge. This charge goes on your driving record. There's another one that does not. Where is your license from?
The state of Florida.
How'd you happen to be in Michigan?
I'm employed by a small traveling circus
Was it somewhere around here?
right in front of this building.
They're at the fairgrounds.
We were at the fairgrounds, but the traffic stop was right in front of this building.
We had a circus at the fair on July 1st.
We did.
Well, they didn't advertise very well because I didn't hear anything about it.
They had all the free tickets in every gas station,
Oh.
bar. So, yeah, they did.
All right, well, have a seat, sir. We'll see if we can reconcile this. Did you go to the circus? She was in it, but I.
No. Not this time. He's trying to see.
When I was a kid, I went to a circus, which would be about where the middle school is in Three Rivers right now, and I got stung by a bee. So my childhood memory of the circus is get stung by a bee. Michael John Grams, would you come forward, please? Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'll agree with you. I was surprised. I didn't hear nothing about the circus either, and I live in Sturgis.
Well, that might have been something I might have gone to see. I like the idea of a small traveling circus. At any rate, sir, you got charged with no insurance. We get lots of these. We have several today. They can now run your license plate and they tell whether you have insurance or not. The way this is charged, it's not under the motor vehicle code, it's under the insurance code. And it's a misdemeanor and it's punishable by up to a year in jail, fine of up to $500 and not less than $200 plus cost. Do you have insurance now?
No, but I do have my girlfriend's vehicle that I can drive since I only work 2 blocks away. So until I get insurance on it, I don't have to drive it.
Mr. Stickley, one option would be to adjourn this for a while to have him come back with proof of insurance, and then the prosecutor might be inclined to reduce it.
That would be my recommendation if he was.
Let's talk about this, Mr. Grams. This charge is expensive. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and requires you get fingerprinted. The minimum fine is $325. There's a lesser charge called no proof of insurance, and I always do this, but it means you didn't have a little slip in the car. That's a civil infraction. It's punishable by a fine only. And if you come in and show that you have insured the vehicle, the prosecutor almost always will reduce the charge to the civil infraction. The goal is just to get people insured, and I'll give you the heads up, it's super expensive. You get an accident and you don't have any insurance because the other guy's insurance company is going to sue you for thousands of dollars. Happens about 20 times a year. So do you plan to get insurance on the vehicle?
Absolutely. And if you guys did offer that, I appreciate it and go forward with that. Yeah.
All right, so let's adjourn this.
The only, as far as coming back to show it, would it be at a time where I wouldn't have to miss work or would I? take
Well,
off
that's a
work?
question. I was just gonna ask that. Are you missing work right now?
No, yeah, but I got vacation. I got vacation time, so it's not a big deal. I
Well,
can
I
take
have to set it
a couple
on
hours
Thursday
off.
morning. So where do you work?
Sturgis at Parmatube. If it's something like in the morning, I can shoot over,
All right.
pay it
we'll
2
do-
hours,
we'll-
just take 2 hours.
we'll
That'd be
do that.
perfect. Awesome.
Let's set it for, I won't be here that day, August 7th.
Okay, gives me 1 month to get it. That's awesome. I appreciate that, Judge.
Yeah, like I said, the goal is to help people get insurance.
Instead of just paying the fine and then coming
Yeah, and
back.
then this makes more sense. It helps make sure that people get insured. Day. August 7th at 8:30. Bring proof of insurance. That alone might save you about $75. So that on your refrigerator, come over here, and hopefully they'll be able to work something out with you. You're good to go, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Is your shop shut down for the holiday?
Tomorrow. Back to work. Got out early. Thank you very much.
All right, good luck. This is file number 251009 SM, People versus Patrick Kelly Burnett. Mr. Burnett, you're in the same boat as the last guy with the same charge. Do you have insurance on your vehicle now?
I do, Your Honor. I actually got it within an hour and a half of the stop in the impound. So it was insured before it was taken out of impound.
Oh, it's expensive with the impound.
Yeah, it's $250.
Who's your insurance carrier?
They are, I sure phone.
I show that to Mr. Stickley.
Hard to see.
Yeah.
Oh, heck. I don't know why my fiance didn't suggest it sooner. She said, why don't I just add you to my insurance? That would have been nice to know a month ago. I thought it had only been 2 weeks when I'd gotten pulled over, not a.
Hackenberg and Schreiber is an old Three Rivers, but there's neither Mr. Hackenberg or Mr. Schreiber are alive anymore, but it's been there for 70 years or more. All right, you have a seat. I'm gonna have Mr. Stickley check with the prosecutor and see if they'll reduce this charge.
Thank you.
So that's two. Several people that didn't show up. Clifton Davis. Good morning, sir. Are you Clifton Navarre Davis?
Neve,
Neve, I'm sorry.
you're fine.
You got charged with no valid operator's license again. take a look at your ticket. For a guy from Niles, you sure end up getting tickets over here.
Yeah, I don't be over in Niles anymore. I haven't changed my address yet.
Now you live in Battle Creek.
Yeah,
Let's take a look at your ticket. It was Sturgis. You get all over the place at 11 o'clock in the morning on May 29th. Charged with driving without a valid license. Nothing more in there. Your driving record. Shows you're not licensed.
yeah, I got my permit now.
All right, well, good. You also got a bunch of unpaid tickets here in St. Joe County. 2023, possession of marijuana under 21, you got $144. 2022, no proof of registration, $12. You got a no proof of insurance, which they reduced from the no insurance, $258. So you have a total of $414 of unpaid fines. I can make some of those go away with the jail. Maybe not.
I can pay those.
What's that?
I can pay those.
All right, so you have a permit now?
Yeah, I just gotta wait a couple more weeks to get my license.
All right. 7325. Do you have your permit with you?
Yes, sir.
You show it to Mr. Stickler. I think I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the other guy. I'm gonna adjourn your case about a month. See if you can pay your unpaid fines and get your license. Pay fine and costs and get license. I'm gonna continue this to August 7th of the other case. I'm gonna give you this. Couple things. I'll give you a notice for August 7th. Are you working somewhere?
Yes, sir.
Where are you working?
In Flexion Gate around Battle Creek.
What's it called?
Flexion Gate.
What do they do?
We make Ford parts.
Okay, are you missing work now?
No, I don't go until 2:30.
Thursday, August 7th. At 8:30. Bring proof of license. Pay tickets. All right, even if you don't have your full license by then, bring what you've got. And here's the information regarding the tickets. I want you to stop out and see the ladies out there regarding paying those tickets. All right, we'll take another crack at this on August 7th at 8:30.
Thank you.
$414. That'll help your cause. You're good to go. Stephanie Vine. Good morning. This is file number 251177. It's alleged that on or about June 21st, you assaulted Danica Struckman, a former resident of your household. That's commonly known as domestic violence or domestic assault. I got 4 people that got arrested last night for this. This would be your stepmother or your stepdaughter?
Stepdaughter.
All right. You live out in the subdivision out by the soccer fields?
Yes, sir.
Work at American Axle?
Yes, sir.
All right. I guess my inclination would be to either set a pretrial or get an attorney appointed.
It would be appropriate at this point, at least, Your Honor, to appoint counsel.
Are you missing work right now? Don't be upset. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to help you with this. Now, let me talk about what the options are. One option, prosecutor could dismiss the case outright. They could reduce it to something like disturbing the peace, or there's also a statute which allows the domestic violence cases to get deferred. I have a women's anger management program that I started when I was prosecutor more than 25 years ago. And that may be an option. So nothing terrible is going to happen here, but is there no contact provision?
I haven't seen her. I don't know where she is.
So you're not out of your own house?
No,
All right, very good. How do you know my old friend Steve?
that's my stepdad.
Your stepdad,
Yeah.
stepdaughter? Old friend as in 70. I went to school with his sister from kindergarten. He went to school with my sister from kindergarten.
He's old.
Okay.
Yeah, that means I'm old. All right, I'm gonna show a plea of not guilty. Appoint an attorney. Set attorney pretrial for 8/1. We're gonna be very busy that day, but at 8:30. What shift do you work at American Axle?
Second.
All right, well, you won't be missing work. Now, I think you're gonna follow up on this. Often I tell people this and their eyes glaze over. They're gonna take you out and give you some paperwork with your attorney's name and number on it. I want you to call the lawyer and make an appointment to discuss this with them. They'll get the police report, be in a position to discuss it with the prosecutor and see what the options are. So we'll appoint an attorney. You'll call them and make an appointment, discuss it with them prior to August 1st. There should be plenty of time to do that. So do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're good to go.
Thank you.
See you around.
All right, hopefully not.
No offense, but I hope not. All right, a number of other people have come in that aren't on the list. So right now I'm just gonna see who's here. Is Jorge Garcia Palmer here? Do you need an interpreter? All right. Terry Frost. Ricardo Hernandez. Brian Swinehart. Jonathan Trahan. All right, are there some people whose name I didn't call? All right, and what's your name, ma'am? Yes, we met. You had a pretrial. So did you have your pretrial already?
No.
Let me make sure I got this right. No, you're in arraignment. Let me get your file. But I don't know where it is. What's your name, sir?
Stacy Osborne.
Did you have a pretrial yet?
I believe it was supposed to be an arraignment.
No, you've got a pretrial on a no ops charge. So you're in the right vicinity. I can't find this Tempter's file. I don't know if I had it and lost it or didn't have it, but I do not have the paperwork. Tricia Tepfer. It just says file opened. I'm not sure what that means. Well, we're hunting. I'll look to the customer here. Brian P. Swinehart.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Swinehart. We actually got two cases this morning. The arraignment case is file number 251179. It's alleged that on June 21st of this year, in 3 years, she assaulted Giselle Gonzalez, someone you have a child in common with. That's commonly known as domestic violence or domestic assault. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. You were arrested, you posted bond, and the arraignment was set for today.
If I could clarify, it wasn't truly assault.
All right, well, yeah, basically, I'm not unwilling to hear what you have to say.
It was a water bottle.
Stop. Anything that you say now could theoretically be used against you. So his sage advice is just don't say anything till you get a lawyer and help you with this. So I'm going to show a plea of not guilty. Appoint an attorney. Set attorney pretrial for August 1st at 8:30. Question is whether I'm gonna leave you in jail between now and August first.
Yes, sir.
You have $1,237 worth of unpaid fines and costs. You're on probation for impaired driving.
I'm not on probation, Your Honor.
Okay, the probation was completed.
See that file on.
Tedford? What?
I didn't see that file on.
I was never.
You're never on probation.
Mm-mm.
Did you recently?
251178. Tricia
Went for 2 days.
Tedford. Says file open, so I'm not sure what it
I
is.
think that was added and I didn't see it, so I will.
All right. There's a warrant out for your arrest in the impaired driving case.
In the what? Excuse
In
me?
the impaired driving case, you were supposed to do the victim impact panel, and you never showed up for it. So I did a show cause to have you come in and find out why you didn't go to the victim impact. So then I was gonna deal with this, but you already went to jail, so potentially I could give you the credit for the day you served. Stay-at-home father doesn't excuse you from your
Yeah, I
court
understand that.
obligations. We got a lot more stay-at-home mothers than we have stay-at-home dads. Sorry, I can't do my jail time. I'm a stay-at-home dad.
That's not-
Sorry, I can't go to court-ordered victim impact panel. That anyhow it works. And you got all these other stuff that you aren't paying on. And now you've got a domestic assault. Is Giselle Gonzalez the mother of your children?
Yes, sir.
And right now you have a no contact provision?
No,
Now let's take
she's
a
at
look.
my house right now.
The bond conditions.
Is it on a bond condition?
No
She's-
contact whatsoever with Giselle Gonzalez.
She's the one that bonded me out, Your Honor.
Well, maybe I'll just put you in jail, then we'll wait till August 1st. You're not supposed to have any contact with her. The magistrate told you that at the
I
time.
never
of your
talked to
arraignment.
nobody. Never talked to not a soul.
He might have just posted and got an interim bond, Your Honor. That's why he's here on a walk-in arraignment.
Never talked to nobody at all.
Did you talk to the magistrate over the video?
No, Your Honor, I did not. That's why I'm confused on the no contact.
Well, perhaps you're justified. Threw water in her face. She was wet, which could be an assault. They began to argue, threw water on her, called her names. You guys are too old for this.
Yes,
Came home late from work and drunk, so you got mad at her and threw water on her. All right. Appoint an attorney. This is not great. Also, I'm gonna recall the warrant in your probation case. Or, you know, in tou- in
If it's just
here.
an open case, he just probably needs to get a rain done on it, or?
He
confused.
failed to show up at victim impact panel, so I tried to get him, they rescheduled, he didn't show up. I did a show cause to find out why he didn't show up, he didn't show up for that, so I issued a warrant for him. Then he gets arrested for this foolishness. So I'm gonna set everything, set that also. 48125 I'm gonna lift the no contact provision. It's sort of a farce the way it is right now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Also, I can wipe out your fines.
I understand.
Well, so far, I don't know what to do with you. You don't pay the fine. You don't do the ordered victim impact panel. You got $1,200 worth of unpaid stuff. So if I just give you a fine, that doesn't have very much meaning.
That's off your docket. Jimmy took it off yesterday. There is a,
Well, what is it?
it's a dismissal.
What was she's here.
You come in. I'll give her a copy of the dismissal.
What was the original charge?
I didn't notice what it was. Sorry.
Ms. Tepfer,
Yes,
whatever you were charged with, I can't even tell what it was.
I didn't know either. Actually, they didn't tell me nothing, just a message.
It's been dismissed by the prosecutor. So if you go out to the counter, the ladies there will give you a copy of that order of dismissal right out there.
Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Swinehart, you go out with the court. I want you to start paying on those fines that cost.
So, I've put in multiple job applications since the last time we talked.
Yes,
I've stopped, I haven't worked for my grandfather at all this year. I worked for him one day out the year. I did a couple wheel bearings. I haven't been able to work because I've been at home with my kids.
all right, well, let's find out what we're gonna do here.
It's been a little difficult right now.
All right. We'll get a lawyer to help you with it. I've recalled the warrant for your arrest. I've lifted the no contact provision because somehow it fell through
Thank
the
you.
cracks. I don't want to see you again until you're here.
I don't want to see you need to.
All right, you're good to go.
Thank you.
Jorge Alejandro Garcia Palma. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Are you Jorge Alejandro Garcia Palma?
Yes, sir.
This is file number 251019 SM. You're charged with no insurance under the insurance code and driving with a suspended license. Without a license. That's alleged to have occurred on June 2nd. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cases pending for a pretrial next week. 2025, driving without a valid license. 2025, 248, driving without a valid license. 480, minor in possession of alcohol in a motor vehicle. 481, driving without a license or cycle endorsement. 482, reckless driving and leaving the scene of a property damage accident, driving without a license. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 cases of driving without a license, and you come in here on the 5th one, you got 2 MIPs, a reckless driving and leaving the scene of a property damage accident. What don't you get about the fact that you can't drive a car?
I was supposed to go get my license, but
Well, you didn't get it. You
I
can't
got
drive a
assaulted
car.
by,
If,
two people.
one option I'm considering is leaving you in jail until next Thursday. How would you like that?
I would not like that.
Yeah, I bet you wouldn't. Who's your lawyer for next week? 5 2 MIPs and 5 driving with a license. Stop letting him drive a car.
Was it supposed to go?
Then you're driving around with no insurance. That's probably in front of Judge Pattison. Let's take a look. It is. Rhonda Ives is your lawyer.
Brenner, I imagine even though we're dealing with driving while license suspended with that stack, he might be exposed to jail time. I wouldn't be opposed to, and I know it's a little unconventional, but I'm sure Ms. Ives wouldn't mind.
What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna stack this on the
Yeah.
Friday last sheet with his other 10 cases.
Exactly.
Marcia Palmer. Holy moly, it seems worse than it looks. October of 24, driving without a valid license. One of the marijuana charges was attached to that. January of 25, driving without a valid license. February of 25, driving without a valid license. That's 3. Minor possession of alcohol in March. And a driving without a valid license, that's 4. Reckless driving, that's in March. Leaving the scene of a property damage accident, that's a different day in March. Driving without a valid license, March 26, 10 days after the other one, that's 5. Minor possession of alcohol on that day. Driving without a valid license, this one makes 6. 6, no ops. Couple of MIPs, a reckless driving. I don't even know what the prosecutor's gonna do with this. Some are ordinance and some are state statute. What do you do, sir? Do you go to school? Do you work someplace?
No, I did have a job at, it was like a chicken factory.
Okay.
I don't have any way to get there, so I stopped working for a minute.
Well, there's some jobs in Sturgis. This ain't gonna help. I don't know what you need to do to get your license, but now that you got 6 driving without a license in less than a year. In fact, you got 5 so far this year, and we're only through June 2nd. So as much as I'd like to just put you in jail and leave you there until next Thursday, I don't think I can do that. But if you drive again, I'm gonna set your bond at about $10 million and we'll sit there until we sort this out. And your mother needs to stop letting you drive a car. How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're making a bunch of terrible decisions at 18 and 19 that will be hung around your neck like a millstone for the next 20 years. It's gonna be very hard for you to get through this and get a license. In which case you'll keep driving without a license and you'll be 78 and you'll never have got your license. So stop driving.
Yes, sir.
Appoint. Set an LPT for July 10. 25 with Judge Pattison. Do you know Judge Pattison?
I know, sir.
He will about this. All right, we're gonna get a lawyer for you. Do not drive a car. If you're not old enough to drink, you're not old enough to drive. You got a reckless in there, leaving the scene of an accident. It's all bad. So what's one more case on there? You go lives, it's your obligation to be next day. All right, you're good. All right, now I have some cases that have come back. Keith, this might be a time for you to check in with the prosecutor.
Sure.
I'm gonna do and allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code on a plea. And wow, good deal. Mr. Schultz, would you come forward, please? Are you Cody Schurtzow?
Yes, sir, I am.
How do you say it?
Shuts up.
That's pretty close. You got a ticket in file 25442 SM with no insurance under the insurance code and driving without a valid license. That was on March 10th. Prosecutor has agreed to dismiss all of that. You got another ticket for driving without any insurance on April 14th and driving with a suspended license and violation of child restraint law. That's not good. They're going to dismiss all of that for one plea to allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code, which is pretty good. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail, fine of up to $100 plus cost. Do you have valid now?
Yes,
Your
sir.
license now?
My license is suspended.
Get to court. Venture Boulevard. Let's make sure he didn't drive here. Cody Schultz out. One count of 257,326. That's called allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. It carries no points. It doesn't get abstracted to your driving record. Good morning. And it won't affect your ability to keep or try to get your license. Here's another one that they've done that on. So it's a sweet deal. All the other charges are being dismissed. So are you willing to plead to that charge?
Yes.
All right, it's a legal fiction. The other that you're allowing to violate the motor vehicle code is yourself. This thing's a mess. All right, I might as well go through it. Do you understand that if you do plead to these charges, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of the judge or jury? There will be no trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to represent yourself, or you don't have the right to hire an attorney of your own choosing, or you'd have to have me appoint for you. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to, because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's look at this 699. Where were you going?
I was on my way back from the canoe spot here in town with my kids and girlfriend.
And where's the canoe spot? Oh, down there by the old mill? All right, it was hot?
Yeah, it wasn't
All
too
right,
bad.
and why were you driving?
I suppose I didn't want to walk with the kids and stuff.
All right, then you didn't put them in a seatbelt. Well, anyway, it is a sweet offer. All right, have a seat for a minute. They're checking the video to make sure that you didn't drive here. And if you did, we'll have a different course of action.
Okay, where do you want me to do that?
Anywhere is fine. All right, Mr. Stickley, how'd you do on our other cases?
We're good, Your Honor. On Jorge Pages, they are going to totally dismiss it.
No.
And then on Patrick
All
Burnett,
right, let's take care of him first. Mr. Pages, would you come up? Who'd you talk to, Josh Robert?
yeah,
All right, Mr. Pages, file 251272 indicates he does have a Florida driver's license. Prosecutor isn't even gonna do a 257-326. They're just gonna dismiss it. So you're good to go. They haven't filed a formal dismissal yet, but I'd give you one if I had it. But the case is dismissed and you're free to go on about your business.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Where's your next stop?
We're over in Marshall right now, and then we take the 4th of July off.
Okay. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you.
once again. So, yeah, be well.
Thank you, sir.
Iacca City is awful hot. It's a good place to get bit by an alligator.
Good.
Thank you.
I went to Iacca State Park and saw the biggest alligators I ever saw in my life.
When I was young, my dad